very best, like no one ever was. I like to see them, that is the best. I like the furry chest. Instead of traveling, walking, doing things I like. Did your Pokemon understand the power that's inside? Pokemon, gotta catch him, You know if I didn't need Pokemon, you're my best friend. The world we must defend. Yeah, pal, Pokemon, gonna catch you, help me. I know that my heart's so true. You need me and I teach you. Pokemon, gotta catch him, Pokemon, yes.
Come on! Hey, come on, let's play our 3DSs. We still haven't beaten our black and white 2 versions, and X and Y is just around the corner. Dude, come on, how long have you been playing this series?
A long time.
It's crazy to think how far Pokemon has come over the last 16 years. It all started with 150 of those little guys, and now there's over 649 of them, and they're getting ready to add more with Pokemon X and Y. But what's really crazy about these little guys is they're actually really hard to dislike, and don't even talk to me about hating one of them.
Magikarp.
True, but that's for another episode. Today's list is our top 5 favorite Pokemon each respectively.
And with every list bearing this type of topic, it is 100% based off of our opinion. And Legendary Pikachu and Charizard are not allowed.
Aw, crap. I gotta go remake my list. I'll be back.
Figured that. I'll start off. And for my number 5, I choose Charizard!
See what I'm doing here? I'm changing my list. What you told me to do. Do you want me to kill you?
Fine, Charmeleon. Alright, Charmander, and that's it. I am not changing my mind.
So my number 5 is Charmander, and not because he eventually evolves into one of the most iconic Pokemon that every person ever wanted to get their hands on, including his evolutionary trading card, which at one point was worth bank, and not because of him being a great starter Pokemon, but he is literally the cutest Pokemon on fire I've ever seen. I just super enjoyed Ash's dynamic with him in the earlier animes, and honestly, I feel like he loses that charm when he evolves into Charmeleon, no pun intended. But what sets him apart with me is when you start up a new game of Pokemon Red or Blue, you are making an active and hard decision to not choose him if you choose one of the other starters, which I would guess the majority of people playing through the first time did in fact choose Charmander first.
Okay, so my 5 is a double.
Both Flygon and Altaria. These Pokemon are so awesome, they just popped into Dragonhood. I mean, look, you got Trapinch, a ground type, which evolves into Vibrava, a ground and flying. And then it goes to Flygon, a ground and dragon type. Then there's Sweet Swablu, just a normal flying. Then suddenly, boom, Altaria, flying dragon. The only downside is that you gotta keep these dragons out of the cold because it's quadruple effective.
I like Togepi. He's so cute and small.
Check this out, Blake. What makes anything more awesome?
Bacon?
Not what I was looking for, but I'm gonna give you a bump for that. But no. You encase it in steel and make it even more badass, like my number 4 Pokemon.
I sincerely think that the addition of Steel Pokemon was one of the best things Nintendo ever did. And it brings me to my number 4 Pokemon, Steelix and Scissor. These two Pokemon are great on so many levels, but the fact that their de-evolutionary forms already stood pretty well on their own makes it so much better when you think that all they really did to them was encase them in steel armor and made them nearly invincible. This upgrade puts these two into my top list, because honestly, you thought a big-ass rock snake was scary? Wait until you coat it in steel, then you know what scary really is. Plus, look at Scissor. He just screams, "I'm from the future. I was sent back to be a ninja. A bug ninja. A bug still ninja that kills you."
Here's my number 4. A Vileplume. A very specific Vileplume. My Vileplume. that I will always hold close to my heart. A Vileplume named ADHD. My Vileplume was amazing. Paired up with my Charizard, they were an unstoppable force.
Hey, what you talking about Charizard for?
Don't worry, he's just on the team, not the list. Mr. Charmander.
Anyways, it was a match made in heaven. Heat Rock, Sunny Day, Chlorophyll, Solar Beam. Sadly though, I traded ADHD away. Want to know to which Pokemon? Join us in our next list. Top 5 least favorite Pokemon. I miss you, ADHD!
I also really like Meryl. It's blue. And the tail.
Let's jump into my number 3 Pokemon, Vigoroth.
There are so many reasons to love this Pokemon. He is arguably one of the strongest Pokemon in the game. Not to mention he's fast and simple to use. Hell, look at him. He even looks like a punk rock star from Russia. And trust me, there is nothing cooler than a punk rock star from Russia. But why, Tony, you're asking, this Pokemon? There are plenty of fast, strong, cool-looking Pokemon out there. What sets this one apart from the others? And that's a good question, and if you watch the next video in this series, our 5 least favorite Pokemon, next week, you will get the answer to said question.
Okay, let's see how many people get me for my number 3.
The entire Zubat line. I know, people, these Pokemon are annoying because it's everywhere. In caves, and sewers, and in my bathroom.
Wait, what?
I know, it's annoying. I even openly admit it. But let me summarize this with a few words. Great speed, confused, and now you poison. Let's not forget that he's the only poison flying type out there. Who knows what Generation 6 has to hold, and if there will be another. But until it comes out, we will never know.
That's Mr. Mime if you can't understand. Yeah.
So I gotta admit, guys, I got suckered in by the 5th generation of Pokemon. They may in fact be my favorite generation, excluding the originals. Some may argue that having an ice cream cone or garbage Pokemon is stupid, but I like those Pokemon. However, not enough to put them on this list. But there were 2 from that generation that made my number 2 and number 1 spots. My second favorite Pokemon is Nucleus. I just love the concept here. I love that he starts as a squishy one-cell thing and eventually turns into this. I mean, how cool. It just has science written all over it, and I honestly can't tell you how happy I am to see that there is a Pokemon like this. Just when you think the creativity of the designers of Pokemon has run out, you get something like this. And I can't understate how awesome it is to see fresh ideas on something that is 16 years old. Now, he may follow the archetype of Abra, but as I've said, he has his own charm, enough so that he made it number 2 on my top 5 list.
Numero 2.
Gengar. Okay, let's break this down. He's a ghost. He eats dreams for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. He's made of noxious gas, and did I mention he's a ghost? Somehow, through all the generations, I always seem to have a Gengar. He's the ace in the hole in any team based around him, which I did. He earns my number 2 spot with lots of loves and hugs and kisses. If not for my number 1, he would definitely be there. Take it away, my brother.
Alakazam is like super cool because he's got that like little mustache thing, like a Fu Manchu stash. You know, he's got like psychic powers, woo, mind control.
Right, I guess I'll go first, giving away my first Pokemon.
I still don't see why he's your number 1.
I guess that's why it's my top 5. Anyways, let's jump into it. My favorite Pokemon is the Woobat evolutionary line. I gotta admit, when I first saw this Pokemon, I was like, great, another Zubat. I don't hate Zubat, but yeah, we all know about the dreaded caves. But I needed another Pokemon, and I was about to die, so I tossed a Pokeball at this Pokemon thinking I would be putting it into the box first time another Pokemon came around. I was wrong. I flat fell in love with this Pokemon. His evolutionary form is great to me, and the flying type is literally the only thing he has in common with Zubat. Oh, and I guess the cave thing. but what ultimately made me decide to put this guy at number 1 was his ability to have me keep him in my lineup. As I said, I was only planning on keeping him for a short while till another Pokemon that was stronger came around. But this bastard tricked me by progressively getting stronger and eventually made me realize not only could he fly, but he could whoop some ass with his psychic abilities. Plus, look at this thing, it's adorable. And look at his evolve form, he looks like he's ready to go to a party or something. And who doesn't like parties? But at the end of the day though, he may not be everyone's favorite, but he is for sure my favorite.
Now my favorite. She isn't the strongest. She's hard to build a team around. Too many. She may be nothing, but to me, and many others, Mawile is our favorite. Now who's with me? There's no particular reason as to why this is my favorite Pokemon, you know, aside from the fact that she is just so damn cute. I mean, look at her! With her Hakama-like legs, like a samurai, that could bite my face off. In fact, I like this Pokemon so much, I bred an entire box full of them. Just to say I have a box full of Mawile, named Jenny, Kyle, he's my shiny, Vera, Symbiote, Kachi.
Anyways, Blake, let us not do that, okay?
Snorlax!
Anyways, this was our top 5 Pokemon of this week. Tune in next week to see who our top 5 least favorite Pokemon are. You can leave a comment below letting us know what your favorite top 5 Pokemon are. Also, so what you guys can do is you can actually leave us a video response telling us what your top 5 Pokemon are, and we'll leave it somewhere right here so that other people can check out what yours are.
Kinda like what I did. Hey!
As always, my fellow up to no gooders, my name is Anthony Hazelwood. He's Alexander the Blake.
And I'm Brian the Doodad Brown.
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and favorite this video, and I'll see you guys next week.
I like Mawile. I hope she gets an evolution.
Now is the time you hit the sub button. I'll put one right here, and even one right here. So many to choose from, click one. Come on, you can do it. Oh god, yeah. Oh goodness, right there. Oh, click it. Stop teasing me. Damn you and click it. Seriously, if you're still watching at this point and not clicking, I've seriously lost my faith in humanity. I want you to click it. I want you to click it. Do it. Do it. Do it. And go. Do it. Hi, I'm a Spider-Man. Click the button and I'll be like friendly. Okay, I'm leaving. See if I care that you press the sub button. Press the freak.
Alright, fine, I'll press it.